The first magic performance that I saw was I think I was around 4 or 5 years old, and I saw a magician called the Great Kavari, which I now know his name is George Kavari. It was like the Blackheath Theatre, and he just did like big like stage illusions, very colourful, very flamboyant, and that didn't really resonate with me. It was only after the show, me and my dad went to the bar, and Kavari was coming out just to say hi to everyone who watched it, and I was drawing a picture of him on I think it was like a bar mat or something, and I showed it to him when he came. He's like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!" And he gave me like a magic kit, and he signed my hat, and he gave me a book, and then I started learning from that, and I showed my friends in like primary school, and then it sort of died out because I sort of mastered everything. It was very little things, it wasn't anything special. Then David Blaine came on many years later, and I was like, that's amazing. I want to learn to do this again. And I haven't stopped ever since. I went on a holiday with my stepdad and my mum, and we went to a restaurant, and everyone knew that I kind of did magic and stuff, like all my stepdad's friends. And they were a lot older, and everyone sort of put me on the spot, like, "Troy, we heard about your magic, go on, do us a magic trick." And I was like, alright, so I had a pack of cards on me. I just did like a simple card trick, but they're all blown away by it, and they got all the staff from the restaurant to come, and I did the trick again, and the staff were blown away, and they gave us the whole meal for free. And I think that was definitely a memorable performance for me in terms of the impact that magic can have. My first gig was when I was 14 years old. It was a charity event, and my sister was working in this bar, and she was like, "Oh, we're doing a charity thing, we're gonna do some magic, we'll pay you like 50 quid. And I was like, alright, cool. I had like a massive afro at the time. I only had like a few tricks in my repertoire. But it went down really well. I raised like £200 for charity, and it started from there really. And I joined a magic club, which is called the Young Magicians Club, which is the youth section of the Magic Circle. I won their close-up competition, so I was the Young Close-Up Magician of the Year, and that spiraled on to me getting newspaper features. Remember the Financial Times did a feature on me, and then my name just started to get snowballed a bit, and I got booked for birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, music events, and as I got older, my style started to develop a bit more, and I was sort of like the cool magician, like in with the crowds and everything like that. So I got invited to a lot of cool parties. I was performing at a residency in a restaurant, and there's 2 floors to this restaurant, and I normally do a 2-hour set on the bottom floor, and after that I've got to take an hour-and-a-half train back home. So I did my set, I was about to go home. The last train was like 5 minutes, and the manager calls me back. He's like, "Troy, can you just perform upstairs?" And I was like, "I want to miss my train." And he's like, "Look, I'll pay a bit extra for your cab fare back home." And I was like, alright then. So went upstairs. The last table I performed for was a TV executive was on there, and he was just looking at me. He's just like, "I like you." And I was like, "Oh, thank you very much." And I gave him a business card. He emailed me the next day. He was like, "I think you'd be great for TV. I'd love to have a meeting with you, and let's talk about some possibilities." So I went to meet him, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pitch you around. Have you got any footage?" So I gave him some footage, and I had some stuff on YouTube as well. And yeah, he pitched it about, and I got commissioned to do a pilot by BBC America. So we went to New York to film a pilot, and then for some reason everything fell through at the very end. But there wasn't no time for me to be upset, because Channel 4 came knocking on the door straight after, and they commissioned me to do another pilot, and after they saw it, they commissioned it straight away. And I remember the guy who discovered me was just like, he called me up and he says, "Troy, Channel 4 want to commission a 6-part series of you." And I was like, I didn't even know how to react to it. I was just like, okay. I just felt it was like really normal. it still hasn't resonated with me now. It was just like, okay, cool. Because I'm used to sort of things sort of falling apart at the end. So I had that at the back of my mind, so I didn't get too excited. The thing that annoys me about magic is that it takes hours, weeks, years of dedication, solid practice, but you don't really get to see the skill at the end. You just see the end result. And because the skill is sort of hidden within the magic, I don't know, it's not really seen as an art form a lot of the time. Sometimes it's seen as a novelty, but it really is an art form. It's just as hard as learning to play the violin or the piano. It takes that amount of dedication and practice. So, you know, I wish people really see the effort that goes into it. Yeah, I'm often asked to create bespoke pieces for certain clients. You know, whatever they want me to add in, they could give me a product, or they might want to say something, or I don't know, anything, but I include it into the magic, and it's, you know, quite a memorable thing for everyone. And it's, you know, it's nice for the client that their product is, well, the magic that I'm doing is bespoke for them. So I like providing that for them, you know. It makes it more special for them, and I guess it makes it more special for me as well. What I love about magic is that it just affects everyone in different ways, but I always think it brings the best out of people. You know, I could walk up to the hardest guy and he doesn't smile, and I say, look, let me show you something. And you see their face beam up and they're like a kid again. And for me, that's the fuel to keep me going, to keep performing, because I love seeing that. For me, the best way to see magic is to see it live. I mean, with TV magic, it's cool, but I think a lot of people sometimes question what they're seeing because it's on TV. They're like, oh, I don't know if people are acting, I don't know if these are camera tricks or whatever. But, you know, once you see it live, you can't doubt it. You've seen it with your own eyes. And I love doing that for people because they've seen me on TV and they're like, I don't know, can he do that in person? And when they see me in person and I do it, they're like, oh my God, how? Close-up magic, I'm pretty much standing right in front of you working miracles. On stage, you might have a 15-20 minute set, and I might just show you a collection of really great illusions. It's sort of like an album of work on stage, if you like. With cabaret, same as stage, but a bit more intimate. My preferences are close up and sort of cabaret, sort of parlor style, because I always like to be involved with the audience. I like talking, making eye contact. I like bringing people up and just getting people involved, because I don't like doing magic at people. I want people to be with me doing it, you know? Back in the day, I used to do some really dodgy gigs and some people would pay me in check. Sometimes the check would bounce. Sometimes it'll take ages to clear, but I found a way to solve that. So I've got a check right here for 30 quid. If I just do this, I can get the cash instantly. Who needs a bank?